That's okay. Opponent's playing Dreaming Fox. Could be Control. Could be Storm. Could be the Turbo PA deck. I think they were playing Turbo PA last time we played. I'm going to play a Sapphire on one here, because I'm not quite sure if I need this Primal Prism to make a Threshold or a Charge just yet. So Primal Prism can make all 5 different thresholds for us, or it can make a charge towards our champion power, so it's not guaranteed to do both. You want some pretzels? Oh, you want the car? There you go. Hey, Intangible Hawk. This is probably going to need to make a Sapphire, but I'd rather take a draw step before make that decision. Yep, make a Sapphire with this. Ooh, we have a gain a charge icon instead of an error message. Look at that. Features. That was just an error message for a little while. Yep. So probably traditional control with Lining Pause Sight. So Permafrost here is going to take the thresholds off of this card, and I think I'm just going to play this Alchemite out here. We're going to feel a little bit bad if they have Dark Heart on exactly 4, but like, they mulliganed, so they might not. Alchemite says whenever this attacks, we draw a card, and we can discard a card from our hand to revert this and return it to our hand. So, big bucks no Dark Heart, just Silver Talon Adjudicator. Deal. So we will at least get to draw a card with this. And then they'll block and we'll return this to our hand. The Alchemite's very reasonable. So, let's discard this Aegilus. Pick this back up. Play this out, make an Aegilus shardless. Frost form this again. Alchemite kind of makes them make the decision, do they want to pressure me with their Silver Talon Adjudicator so they can actually kill me, or do they want to leave it back so I can't just get free reign to attack? I have so many ways to discard Burgle that like I'm not really worried about getting the Gargalith in the bin sooner rather than later. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Runebind this bird. Because not only does it stop them from drawing cards for now, but it means that this is going to be able to attack without having to return it to my hand. Yeah, we might cast these. I want to hit a resource guaranteed, so let's do this. I'll loot with my champ power. I'm gonna bit of Transmogrifade at this point. Put a non-resource on top. Another Transmogrifade to interact with the next Dark Heart. I think I'm okay with them just drawing a couple cards here. There's Dark Heart. Transmogrifade this. Dark Heart's one of the most important cards in this matchup, 10 out of 10. I suppose we get Runebound here. Yep. Eternal Seeker. Just gonna Theorize here. I think we're just on the cast my stuff plan here. And I'm gonna attack with this, and I'm actually just gonna let it let it trade with the Silver Talent Adjudicator if they offer it. Into the Unknown's a really good pickup. That's fine. Yeah, we have Psychic Ascension at our board. Grab a blood with this. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to focus there. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to focus there. Trying to hit the resource for next turn. That was a mistake. Yep. Wow, that still didn't pop. That's a good hit. Did not die to these Silver Talent Adjudicators, though. Clash, Transmog into the Unknown site. Alright, well, we're gonna take the Landing Pause site. The rest of those cards really don't matter. I think I just want to try and cast these other cards on curves. Let's grab another resource here. That kind of sucks. I didn't want 2 more resources. Hopefully they hit a resource next turn, so that way we can Eternal Seeker and kill all their 4s. Yeah, but like, Aegilus combo is not how we're winning this match. Not by any means. I think they're actually supposed to wait on this, because they don't really want to recast these. Oh, that's pretty lucky they didn't recast them. Well, I guess we could be dead here. They hit their 1 weave. Alright, 1 shot to the resource. This must have mismanaged that game at some point. Alright, anywho, Aegilus is pretty bad in this matchup. Withering Gaze is great, obviously. Alchemite's good. Gargalith is good. Psychic Ascension is good. Into the Unknown. Oh, that's what we're doing. We're cutting the Transmogrifades and leaving just Into the Unknown because the only card they really have that matters is Darkheart. So taking their Darkhearts off the table is valuable. Yeah, that's how they win the game, right? Like, they have to actually apply pressure to us. Is their route to victory. And, like, they got a little bit fortunate. They, like, hit their Runebind to their 2 draws. I could have also been a little bit more conservative and held the Withering Gaze until the turn I was trying to actually stick a threat. Probably would have been reasonable, too. Seems decent. Go ahead and play this. I think I'm just going to put a resource on top for now. We're looking for a blood threshold at this point. So we can play this without permafrosting it. Morning, Ossuary. I'm going to permafrost the gaze for it. I'm going to wait on this, though. I'm going to go ahead and theorize. And a Sapphire for now. I'm not sure I understand your question, Tom. Are you asking if I permafrost this, does it take the threshold requirement off of the frost form? No, it does not. If that is your question. Their hand's actually pretty bad. I'm gonna take their guidance away too, I think. Just so they like don't have anything to do other than like cycle coins. No, making it brittle requires double sapphire threshold. There's our Psychic Ascension. I think I'd like to guarantee my resource drops at this point. Are they into the unknown this? Do I just let it happen? I think I will. I like the rest of the cards in my hand. Ding. That's great for us. I guess they're afraid of us just like putting a fatty into play. We here to grind, buddy. Yeah, I'm aware. That's why I would let it happen, I think. Right, so they have Into the Unknown. We know one of the other cards in their hand too, right? I'm blanking on it right now. Now I'll probably discard a Permafrost if they try to Into the Unknown it. Just because I could like replay it as a 3/5. If they Dark Heart us, I'm going to be a little bit sad. If they don't Dark Heart us, we're in a pretty good spot. This deck had some interesting play patterns, that's for sure. There's their Psychic Ascension. I can ditch another card, but then, like, I don't have an Alchemite in play, so it doesn't feel good. Come on, I'm a millennial. We're the feel-good generation. Heart's Whisper. I'm gonna take a... let's hit our resource drops. It's a control mirror, basically. I mean, actually, I'm gonna discard their PA. Really don't need a second, I don't think. Got choices. I would, but our RPA is actually better than theirs. It costs one less. Maybe. I feel like by the time we're like ready to Psychic Ascend, we should have something else in hand to like interact with it. We could like, yeah, spot check it with a Withering Gaze, for instance. Or like have a Runebind to protect it. Yeah, like that we have both of those things. So like next turn I will Withering Gaze and then also have Runebind, so we have like double protection for this basically. And yeah, this is fine, because like there's no way they're going to be able to fight through both of these with just 3 resources up here. Especially not with 2, and then we'll get to Ascend, and we should be able to bury them with the Ascension. Post-board, this matchup essentially becomes a control mirror, where we have like these weird threats. So, I'm gonna start by attacking with this, just get the most information. Might want to do something to this so it doesn't draw a card. Nope, alright. I'm going to focus just in case we find another Runebind or Withering Gaze. It makes the Psychic Ascension cheaper anyway, so it doesn't really change anything. Would love an Eternal Seeker. Let's play this out. Make this. Shardless doesn't really matter. Withering Gaze, what you got? Gonna Runebind my thing. I'm gonna let this Runebind just resolve. Just on the off chance that they have 2 more Runebinds in their hand. Alright. Windborn Ascension, deal. Alright, this game should be pretty over. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, we have a game. Alright, we have a game. This is a reason to have runebound their Runebind and fight over it last turn. I can't Seeker the Rune. It's cost -5. Oh, I can Into the Unknown it. I can Into the Unknown it. Yeah, that's funny. Into the Unknowning it is funny. And we took their other PA with a Withering Gaze earlier, so that should be both of it. Both of them. That's kind of funny. Because it was shardless, it changed what it made with PA. That's really funny. Alright, let's submit. The 3rd game of this control beer here. Alchemite punched the clock and went to work that game. That seems fine. Again, I'm just like looking to go slow and steady. Grab a resource with this. We need a second Sapphire to cast this Heart's Whisper. If we miss on a second Sapphire, we'll probably be permafrosting this to cast on 3. There's this really sweet auction house thing that you can go on there and get basically any card in the game. It's kind of neat. It's one of the upsides to not playing as CCG. I think it's just that might be greedy. There's no point in me playing Heart's Whisper here. Maybe I'm supposed to ditch, like, the Runebind or the Gift and just, like, keep this extra resource. So we could, like, guarantee to hit all of our resource drops. Guess we have fatties. Yeah, like, we could have fatties to this card now. I'm gonna wait a turn on my champion power. No, that's not what this matchup is about, Waffle. Not post-board. Post-board, this matchup is not about making them have it. It's about, what's the word I'm searching for? It's about, taking things slow and steady and, like, actually casting your threats. Like, if they just, like, untap and Darkheart us, even if they don't have an interrupt, like, we just feel really bad about ourselves. Like, if we have to, like, discard next turn, like, if we brick on a resource next turn, I'll probably gift the Gargalith back. But, like, I'm not in a hurry to do that. I'm only going to do that if, like, I'm going to have to discard otherwise. Otherwise, I'm just, like, pretty content to just, like, play Drago here. Yeah, and I'm going to gift here because I'm going to have to discard anyways. I don't really want to just Heart's Whisper because then I'll have to discard a card. I want this to actually generate card advantage because, again, this matchup is about grinding post-board. Like, 2 Runebind or Weave. Get some cards out of our hand here. You have Runebind for a Runebind, sure. This is fine. Like, we lost this fight, but, like, it was just a 2-for-2, so, like, it's not really that big of a deal. And again, the fact that, like, I discarded this resource earlier is, like, kind of coming back to bite us. I think that was probably a mistake. Correct. So, this sucks, and it does at the same time. Hopefully we draw a Primal Prism or a thing here. Alright, yep, let's just, Am I a gambling man? We all know I'm a gambling man. I'm a degenerate gambler, obviously. I play Hex and Magic. Do I Heart's Whisper for a resource hoping to hit a non-slow shard to Heart's Whisper plus Into the Unknown this turn? Or do I just, like, guarantee Into the Unknown the Dark Heart? Yeah, fine. Fine, I'll make the technically correct play even though it's not resource efficient. Fine, their hand is poop. I get it. I get it. That's best draw on their deck. Pressure had more cards. Their hand was terrible. Look at that, we'd have missed. Alright, y'all are right. I get it. I get it, I'm greedy. Let's grab a wild there so we can cast this Rotten Rancor. We're at 21, so we've got a lot of hit points here. A lot of time to work with. Maybe I'm not. I'm not sure if I'm Rancoring next turn or not, actually. Maybe I'm supposed to have played this and guaranteed a non-shard on top of my deck. I feel like they have a Runebind here. They have a Weave. Okay, so they have better than Runebind. Feels bad. Much as Draw Gaze. Another gift. That's decent. I'll be right back. Declan got stuck, it sounds like. So you know their hand is Clash, Transmog, and then 2 unknowns, right? I feel like I want to start with this for a non-resource and see what we get. Man, we are just like... Threats. And see, like, this is how this game goes post-port. So, like, they have this Runebind, right? But, like, they need to answer this. They're gonna need to answer this. They're gonna need to answer this. They're gonna need to answer this. They're going to need to answer this. Like, all of these cards are like, you probably need to answer these or you're going to lose the game. Okay, so they ascended. Alright, Ascension Mirror. I'm gonna take the resource so we get to recast this. And now they have a Clash of Steel that we know about. But like, I think we're feeling pretty good here, right? That's great. That's really great. Mordrom's gift is the -1 cost gem. Sacrifice another chip, alright. I will keep my Gargalith. You will keep your 3/2. Next turn, I'm probably going to play the 7-drop and void your 3/2. They have Crucible in their deck? That's really annoying. Oh, it was a Dark Heart. Okay, got it. That makes sense. Oh, I should have done this first. Still, let's get rid of the 2s. Put target non-action from your crypt into your hand. That's a Runebind. Do I want this Alchemite? Probably bury him with the Alchemite, right? You never want to say you're guaranteed a victory in a Psychic Ascension mirror because, like, they could make some really messed up things. Huh. I think I want to keep this Seeker here. I have another Gargalith in my bin. Our goal here is to not die to this. They have a Transmogrifade we know about, I guess. So, the zero-cost PA made a copycat, and the copycat reverts when it targets something, so... Yeah, I'll just leave this back to block. No point in trading that there. Yeah, the revert was a very nice touch, I agree. What's going on, Sedelution? I think y'all are right that I should have permafrosted the gift rather than the Rancor because the green wild blood 5-drops are probably better than the blood ones. Yeah, they created a diviner which got clashed away. Alright, Dream Call for 1,000,000. Did they just Dream Call for all of their resources? That's gotta be wrong, right? Wait, how much did they Dream Call for? Yeah, maybe they didn't realize that you have to get something that has Sapphire thresholds. And they didn't choose any cards either. Opponent just posted something in chat, so I'm assuming they're wondering why they didn't get a thing. I get to feel like I messed up. My opponent says I feel like I messed up. I'm letting them know that, like, yeah, with this you probably want 7 or 8 costs with your PA on your X Sapphire spells. Yeah, so the that which does not exist can only be created in situations that could actually make that card. So, for example, like, Psychic Ascension only makes Sapphire things. That which does not exist is not Sapphire, so it cannot make them, etc. Let's start with the Heart's Whisper here, see what we get. Ooh, a Woolsey Rabbit. Grab non-resource. I'll grab a resource at this point. This Gargalith is actually active. That's funny. Put a non-resource on top of my deck. Hit my champ power. Arachnophobia seems pretty good. Discard 2 of your 3 remaining cards. And I'm just like smashing for 1,000,000 here, right? No, it's one shot is active. Come on now. Come on now. Pretend you know what cards do, Ace. Yep, it's exhaust 3 other things you control, make a duder. And go ahead and exhaust these 3, make a duder. Am I just passing here? Yeah, I'm gonna theorize, see what we get. I think Garg's the worst there. Outside of another Clash of Steel, this game's probably over next turn. Even if they have a Clash of Steel, we're still probably ahead with these Alchemites and this Rancor and this Seeker. Yeah, having an extra flyer so we don't accidentally die to any generated flyers in the Silvertongue Adjudicator is ideal here. I think if they clash us, I'm keeping the Eternal Seeker again. So you have to have Clash plus another removal. It's a good line. Sweep away their bird, draw 2 cards. Sure. What's going on, Griffinson? What are the odds that 2 of their 4 Dark Hearts would turn into Graveyard Hate on Into the Unknown? Could someone tell me the odds on that, please? Anyone care to like venture a guess? I probably should have counted if we had lethal. There's a non-zero chance we had lethal here if I runebound something. Are they dead on a full swing? They could go block, and take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, they were dead. They were dead. That would require counting. Come on, now I didn't want to count. Yeah, no, well, this would have made things smaller, but they still would have gone block, and then taken 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so they were dead here. 100%. 100% they were dead. 800%. No, I had already passed to the declare blocker stage. Like, to be honest, we could probably, like, make a computer choose our plays at random from this point and win this game, but we could and should have killed them there. If I'd have Runebound and taken them off a blocker, we'd have killed them with that attack. They're probably still dead, but like, we've given them outs. The old Transmogrifade thing to draw a card, yep. The most classic of lines. Clash of Steel. Alright, we could lose. I'm gonna keep this one. Let's see if they have something to answer my flying threat. And now if I would have kept that other Gargalith in my hand, I could have protected this. Alright. Comes down to their draw plus their champ power. They got 2 shots at something to answer this. Oh, yeah, you're right. I had in my head this was an Eternal Seeker, but you're right, it was a Woolsey Rabbit. Gosh, are we gonna oops my way out of this game? I feel like we might oops my way out of this batch. Yep. Man, I tried really hard to lose this game, and it looks like we're gonna be successful. Maybe this Eternal Seeker will still do it. I could let a computer choose my lines and still win the game has been declared. And, we'll see if, we die anyways. Ugh. Maybe if we switch to the AI, I could actually win this game, right? Oh, wait, Nate, no, I should frost form that, probably. Should probably have frost formed that. Details. Details. How lucky are we? Are they dead? Are they dead? If we would have, like, kept the right Eternal Seeker, we'd have a red... Woo! Wait, what? Wait, this is they're dead. They're dead because they're an idiot. Alright, so opponent, we kicked the ball, and then they kicked the ball, and then we kicked the ball. Everybody's a loser. We're all stupid, but I'm slightly less stupid. They could have chosen not to exile with Chrono Daemon, and then I wouldn't have an Eternal Seeker in play right now. Well, I just keep messing up. Opponent said, well, I keep messing up. I was like, yeah, me too. What an embarrassing match of Hex for both sides. Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny. What a... The 8-drop, it's in my opponent's deck now, isn't it? So, there's an 8-drop that when it comes into play, you can void all other non-avatar troops. And my opponent said, yes, void all other non-avatar troops. So they voided my Eternal Seeker, but then Heartbreak put that avatar back into their deck, which the avatar says when it leaves play, the stuff comes back. So then my Eternal Seeker came back because the Chrono Daemon was gone from the Heartbreak. So they could have actually reset the game. They probably would have been favored because the Gravebane Vial voided most of the cards in my deck, right? Like, my entire Crypt was gone here. That's close to a flaw. Yeah, right? The Fractured thingy got voided by the Eternal Seeker when it came back. Should I turn this into a random 8-drop? Should I turn this into a random 8-drop? Should I? Should I? Should I? Watch it not be lethal anymore. Oh, good. Woo! Woo! Still lethal. Still lethal. Oh, Hex is great. It's just, you know, games you can't have in a paper TCG. Just, you know, details. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out here today. Remember, if you want to check this deck list out, you should click on the Hex Decks button down below the stream. If you haven't caught all of today's stream, we've been streaming Hex for about 3 hours. This next match is going to be our last one. My YouTube channel is linked down below. If you want to support my content, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. If you want to buy cards for this week deck, you can do so on hexprimal.com. If you use code Jeff5 at checkout, not only will you save 5% on your order, but you will also be supporting my content here. Oh, Maddie. Maddie, I can taste the salt on your skin from here. I can taste it. I can taste it. Oh no! The long wait into the requeue. That's fine. That's fine. Gotta re-up on the control mirror here. Let's see who could make fewer mistakes the second time around. The second time around. I think I want to just guarantee a resource here. Yeah, I grab a non-resource. Unless you can get a resource for me later if we miss. No one wanted to win that game. Both teams tried as little as possible. This is the same opponent as the last match. Transmogrifade. I'm just gonna theorize here. Ding, ding, ding. We found a winner. Another one. Alright, so let's grab blood with this, and then go ahead and Heart's Whisper. Guarantee our 4th resource drop. Aegilus. I'm gonna wait one more turn, I think, on my champion power. We're never gonna rush choose our champion power in this deck. It's not like we're gonna be using it twice in a turn anytime soon, so. Start with this. Ditch Gargalith, because it's a little bit better than Aegilus in this matchup. Cast Theorize. We're weaving my... Maybe they don't have a resource? What do you got? Take their Psychic Ascension away. That's actually really good for us, because it means that, we have a Psychic Ascension in our deck for game 1, which usually we don't have a Psychic Ascension game 1 in this matchup. They're gonna get to Silver Talon Adjudicator us, so we gotta make sure we don't die to that. Yep. Hopefully we hit a, gift here. Theorize, draw 2, discard 1. Alchemite's decent for down the line. Focus. I think I'm okay grabbing a Runebind here. And put a resource on top of my deck. And then next turn I can Alchemite plus Runebind. I'm gonna grab a wild with this. There's 2 Rancors in our deck currently. I'm gonna play this out like this. If they hit a Dark Heart, that'll kind of suck, but like the Dark Heart will take care of their Silver Talon Adjudicator, so I don't think it's the end of the world. We can just like return this to our hand by discarding a Transmogrifade. Alright, and they hit the Dark Heart here. I think... Been this Transmog. If they Runebind this, I'm going to Runebind their Runebind. Yo, dog. Second Transmogrifade's decent. I don't need any more thresholds. This one could grab a charge. Let's just focus here. We want to let his Darkheart chew up some of his board before we Transmogrifade it, I think. That's fair. This might be using my life total a little bit too aggressively as a resource. Because, like, I'm going to take a hit for 7 here. Yeah, I can see that. Extra Into the Unknown in the deck now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we could be in trouble because they have the extra rune here. Yeah, you're right. Now they get this for 7, and then they get to play a Silvertail and Adjudicator, too. And we're going to be basically dead on board. What's wrong? We're going to get some lunch after Dad's done with this match, okay? Do you want a snack? Do you want some pretzels? You want some Cheerios? Hopefully we hit a Reanimate spell and get to bring back this Eternal Seeker. I actually think PA is worse than Eternal Seeker at this point. We want a Mordrom's Gift or a Reanimate. That way we can bring that back and void all their 4s. A resource on top of my, or non-resource on top of my deck. Play this Alchemite out. I have to sacrifice one of their 2 things. I think what we're actually doing, Ace, is we're going to pass to them. They're going to sacrifice something. The Alchemite can block the Darkheart, and then we'll Transmogrifade it. Or after they declare this as an attacker, we'll Transmogrifade it before blocks. So we could try and gobble it up. I really just don't have a reason to attack with. I can transmog this one. Yeah, I'm going to transmog this one. I guess maybe this is bad because now if they have an interrupt for this, I can't kill their Darkheart. Yeah, I should, my sequencing was bad here. I should have Transmogrifaded the Darkheart first to make sure that this Transmogrifade resolved. Because now I'm going to lose my Alchemite and just have nothing if they have a weave in it, if they have a weave here. Alright, then maybe they don't have anything. Ding. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance. I have their PA. Now we would like to draw their PA, since we've stabilized the board. Another Transmog, sure. Just going to draw a card. It is sweet. An Eternal Seeker we can cast. Sign me up. That's fine, we get to draw a card. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast this. It's possible I'm supposed to save this for post-Darkheart. 10 out of 10 keeping my Alchemite. You have a Darkheart. That's fine. I have a Transmogrifade. Did you hit a Runebind? You did not. Sweet. 2 draws. Man, remember that time I didn't get the second wild? Good job waiting for my draw step, opponent. Get punished. Our life total is low. We could lose this game because our life total is low. Alright, they have 2 Ascensions in their main deck, so this is the part where we could definitely lose. We need to find their Ascension that we Withering Gaze very quickly here. We gotta stop making those bold claims. This is fine. Everything's good from here. He didn't mill over his own PA. So I'll take 3 here. Chip in a chair. Chip in a chair. Alrighty. Oh, as you will, opponent. As you will. Sad. That's very lethal. So you're saying there's a chance. Let's go! Let's go! Game 1, they do not have a lot of interrupts in their deck. This is my 7-8. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Why does Seeker have fly? I mean, it looks like it flies, doesn't it? Nope. No idea. How does this thing fly? Anyone have any idea? Like, what is going on in this artwork? Like there's like a mask or a face. There's like a telescope up here. I'm up 2 minutes on my opponent. They've used 6 minutes. I've used 5.5. Clash of Steel is annoying because I lose my evasive threat, but we have to keep the Gargalith, obviously. There's still 3 Seekers in my deck, right? 2 Seekers in my deck. Yep. It's pretty good. Need to draw something. Would like to draw our own Psychic Ascension here. We have their Psychic Ascension that we Withering Gazed earlier. Heart's Whisper into their Psychic Ascension, also acceptable. Another Seeker would be fine. Void their 5 drops. Alright, you know. both of these draw them cards. That sucks. Technically not dead on board. I'll do that and pass. I don't think so. Like, the Gargalith is kind of stabilizing the board. Like, if we hit our Ascension and then, like, hit a reasonable action off of it, we could be reading this game. If we, like, Heart's Whisper into Ascension plus another action, that's okay. Then, like, start kind of going wide with Eternal Seeker, we could get back into the game and steal it back, I think. They generated a Dread deployment, so we're dead this turn. And again, we just board into a control deck, which I think we're favored in this control beer post board. Let's bring in our Ascensions and our Gargaliths. Like, so we lost game 1 again. I probably mismanaged that. I always feel like, and that's why these games are interesting, right? Because, like, there's a lot of decisions on both sides of the table. There's a lot of opportunity for both players to mismanage what's going on and misevaluate. The mistake that game could have very well been the turn I played the Alchemite out Brittle alongside the other thing, and then it got eaten by their Glory. Might have been a mistake. I probably should have just, like, waited to play it out as a 3/6 the following turn. Yeah, this deck, the ins and outs on this deck work really well because we put a lot of time into it. That's for sure. Go first this game. I said super reasonable. Needs a blood, but we've got 2 Fate Weaves and then a Theorize here. It's got a Alchemite in the opener and Mordrom's Gift, so we have a lot of things going on that we're looking to do in this matchup. There's that. I'm gonna wait to play this Withering Gaze, so I want to just give my opponent more opportunity to draw cards that I care about taking. You're not coming in, you're stuck out there on purpose. Oh, yeah, it's tough. Tough beat. I know, it's tough being too. I'm just going to run Alchemite out here. They can't counter it, and they likely can't put a threat into play next turn. It feels a little bit bad if we have to discard something that's in our hand, because like all of our cards are pretty reasonable, but that's fine if they're putting a Transmog on this. I'd be kind of surprised if Transmog's their deck post-board, honestly. Like, it's not particularly good in this matchup. Okay, you have Transmog in your deck post-board. Deal. Maybe I'm supposed to bend the Permafrost. I kind of like keeping my resources, though. Like, what does Transmogrifade hit? Like, our 7 drops, and it returns this to our hand? That's just like this awkward unsummon? I guess that's fine. It's possible I should have gazed last turn to try and take their Lanupod Sight out of their hand. Dread End. They left Clash of Steel in their deck, too. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take this. I don't really care about the rest of your cards. Hi, Declan. You climbed in. Dad told you weren't allowed in and you climbed in anyways. Yeah, I think I'm okay bidding that for now. Let's just focus. Okay, we have an Into the Unknown to handle a Dark Heart at this point. I know their hand is Clash, Dreadend. So, again, this is something you don't want to just fire off these Withering Gazes the first turn, the first chance you have the opportunity to play them. You want to hold these to give our opponent the biggest probability of drawing something like a Psychic Ascension or something like a Weave or a Runebind to interact with our card that we care about resolving. And then we can Withering Gaze right before we play the card we care about resolving to make sure the coast is clear. I mean, to be fair, it would have saved them in that set because I kept the wrong rune, whatever it's called. Yeah, especially after they played a bunch of cards to let them draw cards, right? And again, just like same thing with my champion power, like I'm not looking for anything right now, so like there's no reason for me to use my champion power. I don't have any cards that I want to put into my discard pile. Can you say hi to the internet, Declan? Hi, internet. Say, my name is Declan. I'm adorable. You want some crackers? You knew there was food in here somewhere that you wanted? You're a tiny fat boy, you sniffed it out? The nose, Dad. Are we gonna like transmog the awkward unsummon again? And I mean, at this point, I'm just like putting this back in my hand, right? I mean, alright, now I'll play this back out as a 5 cost. Again, I'm just gonna hang out and keep attacking. The onus is on my opponent to make a move here. I don't even think I want to play out the second Alchemite to encourage them to Clash of Steel. Isn't Rancor the better discard? No, yeah, like the games that the Sapphire Diamond control deck wins usually involve sticking a Silver Talon Adjudicator and beating us down, and this kills a Silver Talon Adjudicator. So I think I'm okay with that. And see, like, now, I wouldn't mind discarding this Gargalith, so I'm going to activate my champion power. And bin this Gargalith. I'm going to go and attack here first, see what they do. Withering Gaze my opponent. I'm going to Runebind their Weave into nothing. Two Clashes and an Arcane Focus. I'm gonna take the Arcane Focus. I don't really care about the rest of these cards in their hand. Do I want to bring back an Eternal Seeker here? I think that's fine. Maybe I'm supposed to bring back Clash of Steel, actually. Stop shoving a cracker in my mouth, child. I don't want your cracker. If you don't want your cracker, put it down. I'm going to hold this Shard in my hand because I would like to discard the Shard to return my Alchemite to my hand if they Clash of Steel. No, I don't really care about Dreadend. Dreadend's not going to deal with my Alchemite. Like, this is the card that's winning the game. We are a control deck. This is my Howling Mine that deals 3 damage to them every turn. Yep, so Dreadend, discard this, return it to my hand. And you traded your Dreadend for my Eternal Seeker that, like, killed your creature. Alright, you're out of here. And evicted. You want to not be evicted? Don't act like a turd. Go ahead and attack for 1. So we know they have 2 Clash of Steel in their hand. I wonder if they're going to finally board out Clash of Steel for the 3rd game after getting them stuck in their hands. How hack? Or Runebind this. If they hit a Verdict or a Runebind, we could be in trouble here. You know, they have 2 Clashes in their hand. Seriously? That's kind of frustrating. We know their hand is... At least they messed up and didn't use their Oracle Song beforehand there. Because, like, if this would have resolved, we could have Eternal Secret away the rune that it was. We're looking for an Ascension of our own at this point. Okay. We have a game plan at least. Yeah, this is actually gonna be our last match, Owens. Let me wrap it up after this one. Go for about 3.5 hours. On this of all Wednesdays, the sexiest, hexiest of all mornings. If they have a way to interact with this, we have another one. Sure. So we're going to sacrifice this Runebind. I'm going to go ahead and ascend. Into the unknown, your Dark Heart. Get him out of here. I know you don't have an interrupt, because otherwise you interrupted my other thing. I'll make this shardless because it's cool. Alright, we've still got Alchemite going. We're both ascended, so let's do it. We've got Eternal Seekers to kind of keep the board in check in a controlled manner that they don't have. Like that. So we'll be able to clean both of those up. What do we have on our board? Gargalith. Start by hitting this. This deals damage to opposing champion. This deals damage to opposing champion. I think I just Rancor this turn. I'm probably supposed to Eternal Seeker, right? Yeah, let's Eternal Seeker and wipe out these 6 drops. Play this, grab a charge. It was, in fact, a Dark Heart. Not that it really matters where it capes from. It's here, and we have to deal with it. I mean, it's pretty stacked. We just like have to keep the board contained a little bit. Sure. This lets me Rotten Rancor that back next turn. Hopefully they play a card here to put a troop out. They did not. It's annoying. Get this. That's actually a great one to get. I can Frostbite these two. Okay, gift is a good hit. It means we can gift back the Seeker with Weave into nothingness back up. What are these? 9s? Get them out of here. Theorize, make a dude. We know they have Clash of Steel in their hand, so we don't want to go too terribly wide. Do I want to put this in my bin? Might and Malice doesn't really do anything, right? Rather play this and then put that on the Gargalith. When they clash, I'll probably bin something to pick this Alchemite back up. Probably Frostbite. Bin the Frostbite. Keep my Eternal Seeker. They don't actually have a lot of good answers to Eternal Seeker, especially once their Dark Hearts are gone. Just like 5/5 flyers close the game out pretty quickly. I think I'm actually going to weave this. It was a weird order for the things to resolve there. And they are only at 10, so like this Eternal Seeker is going to be a pretty quick clock. We know they have another Clash of Steel in their hand, so like I'm not super worried about them going very wide here. Hit this, see what we get. Focus. Make something blood. Yeah, bloody Gargalith. Take a gift. Oh, it doesn't actually make. It doesn't make it bloody if it's shardless. That's funny. Just gonna gain 2 charges with the Sapphire's favor. Oh, I guess I'm gonna save that to interrupt Clash. Huh. That's funny. I didn't even think about that. Yep. I always forget that card has another mode on it. Like the hidden mode. Things that are still lethal. I'm gonna keep this one. Are we at 41? Is that 9, 17, 24, 30? Yeah, buddy! The old 41. 41 Skaroony. 41 Skidoo, if you would. Refute's actually a decent hit. Any counter spells are good hits at this point. Play this out, get rid of their other flying blocker. Then we have 2 lethal threats. These are my large, gentle robots. The largest of the gentle robots. They're coming for you. Well, that's unfortunate. Dang it, Bobby. I have a Gargalith in here. I feel like I have a Gargalith in here. I do. Wait, what? The Spirit Eagle? Alright, I guess... Oh, I guess this Eternal Seeker is technically it's lethal if this resolves, right? I don't have another interrupt. What a silly game. Skyguard, rude. Oh, it's another 4 cost with Skyguard. Deal. Alright, come on. Big bucks, no interrupt. Big bucks, no interrupt. Don't interrupt me, opponent, while I'm talking. Ooh, we got a Runebind for their interrupt. Alright, big bucks, not 2 interrupts. Rawr. I probably should have attacked with this too in the event they have something weird generated, like sacrifice an attacking troop. Boys, your mom's home for lunch. Declan, who's here? Alright, we're just going to go ahead and submit back. Run back game 3 here. Thanks everyone for watching today. This is going to be our last match of the morning, or now afternoon. Thanks for hanging out. Remember, I'll be back again tomorrow. We do Magic into Hex on Thursdays. Demented Ascension is just a bad card. Just not particularly good. That seems fine. It's got a bunch of threats in it. We get to hit our first 4 resource drops. Yeah, that was only game 2, right? Games are long. Okay, Ascension's a good hit. Let's just make sure we make every resource drop from now until forever. We play this match for like 37. To be fair, we've played this same match twice in a row, so like this is technically the 6th game we've played of this match. It is, and normally when I say this, I'm being facetious about the game that we're playing, but this is like actually fun and interactive Hex, right? Like there's a lot of back and forth going on here. So when we tested this deck, we tested this matchup a lot, and we tested Redlings and the Mono Ruby and the Deathcry matchups a lot, and we came to the conclusion that on a lot of pivotal turns, saving 1 resource was worth far more to us than getting something cute like a random action, and we tested things like the right on time Withering Gaze. We tested the what's it called gem, the make a horror gem to like give you more insulation. Maybe I should wait on that. Yeah, I should have waited on that. We just took a Transmogrifade out of their hand. I didn't follow my own advice from last game, which was wait until you have something you want to force through. Like, they have a bunch of unplayable cards in their deck, so, like, we probably should wait until they have the best chance of having something reasonable to take from them. So, kinda punished by not listening to my own advice. Because, like, a lot of the times when you're playing Gift, you want to, like, Withering Gaze right before you Gift, and then you want to, yeah, and they're going to draw with Silver Talon Adjudicators. Yeah, just playing that Withering Gaze was a huge mistake that could easily cost us this game. Especially considering that they have 2 Silver Talon Adjudicators in their hand, and they're going to actually get to apply pressure to us. Like, their Silver Talon Adjudicator hands are their best hands in this matchup for sure. Another Withering Gaze. Alright, I'm going to hit my champ power here because we kind of need to find something to do. We did not find something to do. That's sad. Maybe I'm actually supposed to wait on that since I don't have another discard outlet. Like, if we hit a fatty here, though, we would have been able to, like, Gift plus Runebind, so, like, the upside of going for it there is pretty good. Good, they're being greedy and waiting to draw cards with their thing. That's good for us. You thinking about countering this? Sure. I don't think this card matters in the long run, so sure. I'm not going to use my resources the rest of this turn, I guess. Maybe that's a win for you. I didn't have anything to do last turn, so I'm not going to have anything to do this turn to get another attack in. It's fair, I guess. They could have Ascension in hand. That's a good possible read based on that line. That line that seems weird. Like, they're just, like, trying to pound out all their actions as quick as possible to get to the Ascension. Yeah, but, like, Runebind's a pretty valuable card in a matchup where, like, you're fighting over things on critical turns. And it actually just, like, triggered my Ascension an extra time here. So now I'm actually going to Withering Gaze here because I want to be able to cast this knowing the coast is mostly clear next turn if I draw a resource. I'm going to fight over this. This also spins my Ascension down. Alright, Runebind my Runebind, sure. Alright. We lost that one. It's unfortunate. They could have just had a bunch of Runebinds like that too. So they're going to draw a resource for the turn, and then play a resource, and then play a Silver Talon Adjudicator, and draw some cards, which feels a little bit bad. Hey, Yellow Hat. Welcome to folks coming over from Nassif's channel. Thanks for the host. Hopefully we hit a Shard next turn. We could then loot with our champion power, and then bin this, possibly, and reanimate. This is a new game, so they also have Dark Hearts in their deck here still, too. Not super worried about that at this point, though. That's more annoying than Dark Heart, I think. Okay, that recast this. I'm just going to have this target itself. There's really no reason not to. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Found another Seeker. Alright, at this point, am I just being resource efficient playing this? Yeah, I think I am. Cause like we had a non-slow shard next turn, we get to go gift. We're dead in 2 here, so actually we really kind of want to hit a non-slow next turn, or Runebind, or Withering Gaze. Want to get onto the board here. Like I said, this is one of their best draws. They had some disruption, and I used my Withering Gaze at an inappropriate time. Like, if I would have held that Withering Gaze, we would have been able to Withering Gaze and gift this turn, and then, like, we'll very likely be in a very reasonable spot, be at 12 with them having a clear board and us having a 5-5. But because I sequenced incorrectly, we're going to get punished for that. Like, they wouldn't have been able to weave and then still have interaction up for a gift afterwards. Alright, so looking for a Gaze or a Runebind or a non-slow shard. Alright, oh, just gotta go for it. That worked. God bless. So long, birdies. I made some mistakes there, and then because they didn't have it, we didn't get completely punished for it. Sure. Yep. Dread End, sure. It's a good draw. It insulates us from a Dark Heart. I'm going to wait on the gift. Just putting a 5/5 onto the table doesn't really do anything. I want my 5/5 to be able to, like, take some of their pressure off, ideally. Correct, yeah. Yeah, had we drawn a resource there, we'd Runebind the Dreadlings. That way we would get to recast as Eternal Seeker. Well, this is fine for us. They don't have any resources up here, so we're going to lose this Mysterious Rune, but we're going to get to Eternal Seeker and wipe both of these out. So long 4 drops. Put a non-resource on top of my deck, pass the turn. Another Dark Heart, sure. 2 more Dark Hearts. Alright. Huh. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. I think I'm supposed to into the unknown one of these, and then Psychic Ascension next turn. Is that the line? I think that's the line. I think if they have a Runebind or something, they think about this here and possibly Runebind this. That's unfortunate. All right. Watch me have turned it into something that gives it extra 2 points of power. This might be, and again, this comes back down to my Withering Gaze play earlier in this match, where I took 6 extra points of damage because I didn't save the Withering Gaze. So if, like, I was at 8 right now, I'd be a lot more stable than what we're at right now. Like, if they ascend at some point in the next few turns, that they're pretty likely to, like, my life total being low means they might be able to catch up. Actually dead to Runebind here. Alright, you know, sometimes there's no justice. Darkheart became commander propped, right? It could have been, you know? There's definitely some risk to the line that I took there. I felt like we were pretty behind either way if they had Runebind. And here's their Psychic Ascension, so let's go. We have a game. I need to get a Gargalith into play ideally here, so hopefully we find like a Theorize so we can gift this back into play at some point. Hey, Peter. Actually, hopefully we generate something that gains us some life would be ideal. And we have to be like super conservative. We have to be super conservative with what I'm attacking with, because, like, even really crappy troops are pretty lethal. Well, that's really good. You can play this for free. I've got some good ones in my deck that I can play them for free. Word to the Ancient King, sure. And I'm going to take a resource off of this one if we get the choice. If this resolves. Transmogrifading my Seeker. Yep. Alright, well, we're gonna mill. Probably mill our Prophecy card over. Ooh, they put a Gargalith into our bin. Still have a flyer. When a troop you control is dealt damage, draw a card. Yes. Thank you for... Maybe I should have put a resource on top of that. Maybe. Who knows? Tale of the Undead. Alright, let's pass the turn here, I think. And hope to not get punked out of this game. This is why you shouldn't transmog 7 drops, in case anyone was wondering. Yeah, the Gargalith. We're retransmogging my 7 drop, okay. Into a Rot Paw gang! Into a Rot Paw gang! Oh, you finally found a bad one, huh? It took you 4 tries. 3 tries, but you found a bad one finally? You finally found a bad one? Watch him just like generate a dread deployment and kill us again. Just don't do it. Stop transmogging my 1 drops. My 6 drops. My 7 drops. Whatever these things are. However big this thing is. Stop doing it. God, I get to draw cards with that still. Oh, and that's a flyer. So this is really scary because it's a lethal flyer, right? So like I need to get another flying troop into play ideally here. Maybe they're almost out of counters. Who actually knows? They've got 2 weaves and a verdict down. They probably have like 3 or 4 weaves and 3 or 4 verdicts. I think we're going to bring my Gargalith back into play this turn with the gift. Let's do this first and get a charge and see what we get off of here. Huh. This could potentially take a Silvertail and Adjudicator from them, right? Oh, but we don't have Diamond. Ooh, we got another flying troop. Yep, sounds good. And this could potentially gain us some life. Tale of the Undeath. Just gonna put this on something, right? Sacrifice another shroom. Can this gets invincible? This draws us cards at some point. Ooh, we have the Necrotic Allegiance. I think we're just hanging tight for now. Again, we want to be extra conservative so that way we don't accidentally die since we're at 2. There's a non-zero chance they could deck. There's only 19 cards left in their deck. I kept this Into the Unknown up. Clash of Steel. Huh. So they're like 10 out of 10 keeping their bird, right? So I need to keep my flyer as well. See if they have a way to kill this or take it out of the way. And then they also have to wait to interrupt our Into the Unknown when we bounce it back to their hand. It's been some good back and forth. Like I said, I think I mismanaged my Withering Gaze early this game. That's really been kind of punishing. Theorize, sign me up. Got another flyer, God bless. Runebind's actually a pretty good pickup too. Another flyer, God bless, and it makes our spells cheaper. I'm going to take a resource so we can activate our champion power this turn, guaranteed. That's actually deal. Sure. That's decent. Ooh, that's decent. What do you got over here? Tell me what you're working with. Putting an egg in their deck every turn is pretty good with 19 cards left in their deck. Spiders could definitely be a route to victory in this game. Lanupaw's Sight, another Silver Talon Adjudicator, interrupt target troop. Huh. How many cards are in our deck? 24? The Shield Bash is probably the one I want, right? Like, the Lanupaw's Sight will probably deck them. I think I'm going to play the Grim Assimilation and take, unblockable. When this deals damage, bury a card for each damage dealt. I will take your Silver Talon Adjudicator. Thank you very much. Now we just need to draw Permafrost or a Primal Prism. What a... God, the Psychic Ascension mirrors are so funny. Hello, I see you. We're not going outside right now. In a couple minutes. We're going to eat lunch after Dad's done streaming, and then we can go outside, okay? Ooh. That one's really good. That puts eggs into my deck. Huh. So I'm supposed to keep Cyclone Shaper here because that way I can Runebind a bounce spell on my Cyclone Shaper. No, I don't. I think I want them to get rid of their Magistrate here. I think I want them to get rid of this. Seriously? Man, what a beating. This is going to put some eggs into my deck, but it's better than milling a bunch of cards, too. Yeah, we're going to have to Into the Unknown the Magistrate for sure. Actually, we're just going to... No, I need to Into the Unknown this because I need to Seeker this. That's what needs to happen. I'm going to put a resource on top of my deck at this point because I want a Permafrost or a Throwback. Yeah, that's actually really good. That can hopefully prevent us from dying. So there's now 4 spiders in our deck. And then I can play this to void the Mysterious Rune. Oh, I could Into the Unknown the Rune. I could Seeker their 3. No, I want to keep my 3s. No, I think what I did was fine. I'm going to hold up Throwback as opposed to playing the zombie out. So we have 4 eggs and 28 cards right now, and we know the top card of our deck is a resource. So hopefully we find a Permafrost or a Primal Prism before we get killed by spiders. Is the ideal here. Yeah, this batch has been... There's been a lot of points where I'm just like, yeah, okay, we're good, we're stabilized, and it's like, man, we get slammed back from whatever this thing generates, and like the mix of troops that they're hitting. I made spiders after I Fate Weaved? Did I? Oh, so I sequenced that in the wrong order then. Where did they get Daybreak from? Oh, from the pressed Daybreak Diviner. Okay. Okay, do this. Dread deployment. Huh. Do I want to attack with this and then throw it back to my hand and then replay it? Is that too aggressive? Could that get punished? Because if I replay it, I get to take their 3s away. That's true. If I keep it in hand, we can kill spiders with it. Oh, I'd lose my 3s too. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, good call. Good call. Alright, I'm going to pass. Maybe I'm supposed to dread deployment there. Possible that that's the case. Huh. Now am I going to throw this back? Another Clash of Steel. No, this was bad. Now if they have a way to remove whatever troop I keep, they're going to be able to kill me. Yeah, that was probably wrong. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to keep this and then be able to throw back whatever they do. Yeah. So if they have a way to interact with this. Yep. Yep. It's a tough way to end the match. It was a good match back and forth. I made a pretty critical. I feel like I played pretty well up until that last turn. We should have just kept playing around everything. I think we were in a pretty good spot. Like if we hit a Permafrost or a Primal Prism to play the Adjudicator out, we like gain enough life that like they can't bury us anymore, and they were pretty likely to decking. At any rate, if you want to play really sweet games, the Reanimator deck list is listed down below. I'm going to get all these uploaded to YouTube, and then I will see you all again tomorrow morning. We'll probably start with Hex stuff about 10:30-ish, so follow me on Twitch and Twitter for notifications on when we're playing what games. Peace, folks.